Williams College is one of the most selective colleges in the United States. It's also one of the top ranked liberal arts colleges in the United States. And I'm excited today to give you some tips regarding how you can earn your way into Williams College as a first year student. My name is Craig Meister. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to my website, collegemeister.com. And you can also on that website learn how you can work with me one-on-one throughout your college admissions and application processes. Today, like I said, Williams is in focus, and Williams College, because it is so selective, I would put it up there right with the Ivy League schools in terms of selectivity. Of course, liberal arts schools are slightly less selective than the Ivies, but really the same types of students with very impressive credentials are applying to both sets of colleges. So you really want to hang with the big boys. And to play and hang with the big boys, you got to be performing like the big boys throughout your entire high school experience. So that leads me to tip number one, which is below this video. There's a link to my classic article, How to Get into the Ivy League Ethically. Read that article from start to finish, because when you apply to Williams College, you will be competing against a lot of students who are also applying to Ivy League schools. So you want to be able to elbow them out of the way. And to do that, you have to know what they're doing to get into the colleges they're applying to. So again, it's an arms race, and you want to be able to come to this battle royale with all the arms in place to earn your way in to Williams College. Tip number two is timing matters. You very much want, if it is your first choice to get into Williams College, to seriously contemplate, consider, and then ultimately apply early decision, which is a November 15th deadline. Do understand that early decision is binding, which means if you get in early decision by middle of December, you're going to go to Williams. You really can't get out of it. So make sure that you read the fine print, that your counselor is on board because he or she has to sign a counselor letter, that a parent or guardian is on board because he or she must sign a guardian/parent letter, and you too will sign a letter saying online saying that you will attend Williams if admitted. Everyone's going to be on board, so you've got to be sure that it is your true first choice. You're ready and willing to pay for it if you get in, but that's going to increase your odds of admission by at least 3 times. The acceptance rate for early decision applicants is at least 3 times higher at Williams than it is for regular decision applicants. And remember, if you're applying regular decision at Williams, you are basically feeding yourself to the sharks, because at that point, you truly are competing against all the guys and gals who did not get into their first choice school. Regular decision, they're going to be applying to Williams too. So if someone got rejected from Harvard, Yale, Tufts, Princeton, Penn, Amherst, Carleton, Macalester, Rice, you name it, all of them dogpile into basically applying to the best ranked schools regular decision. So that's why applying early decision makes a heck of a lot of sense at Williams, because it's far more of a genteel process. There are far fewer applicants for the Williams Admissions Committee to review early decision, and you're basically demonstrating that it is your first choice. You will attend if admitted, so their yield is going to go up if they accept you, ED versus regular. So there are a lot of reasons why that acceptance rate is considerably higher for ED applicants than it is for the rough and tumble regular decision applicants. Good luck if you apply regular decision. But this video will also help you at least give you the best chance of getting in regular decision, even if you do dare apply to Williams regular decision. Tip number 3, Williams, like most colleges, will read more information about you if you share it. This is really important. They give you the chance to share an art portfolio. They give you a chance to submit a paper that you've written on an academic subject. They also don't explicitly state it, but you sure as heck better provide it if you know what's good for you, which is share more details from your extracurricular resume than that fit into the activities page of the common application. One of the biggest mistakes students make, and I mentioned this in a lot of other videos, is that they follow the directions so carefully on the application that they don't sell themselves enough. And so if you literally just read the application and you see there's only one page on the application that lists activities, you fill out the Common App activities page, but it gives you minimal space to elaborate on those 10 activities. And what if you have 15 activities? And lots of Williams applicants have 15, 20 activities. What are you going to do then? A lot of students just throw up their hands and say, oh, well, goodbye and good luck. I'm telling you not to be that type of student. Williams actually gives you the opportunity on its website to actually contact it and email it with more information that may not fit into the application. There's actually an email address, applicationmaterials@williams.edu, where Williams invites you to send additional information that does not fit into the application that you could potentially want shared in your admissions file. So this is what I recommend doing. You don't necessarily have to email them additional information if it doesn't fit on the activities page. The first step would be to take my How to Build an Extraordinary Extracurricular Resume short course, which is so cheap online. It's linked below this video. Put together a beautiful Google or Word document resume as a result of taking that very short, quick course. Then see how much of that content fits onto the activities page of the Common Apps the Common Apps activities page, How much of that information fits on the activities page will determine whether or not you want to share additional information about your extracurricular activities on the additional information section of the Common Apps writing page. So again, just to clarify, because I'm stumbling over my words because I'm trying to speak very quickly, but your goal, of course, is to first complete the activities page of the Common App as well as possible, but there's limited characters on that page to work with. So if you have overflow content from your resume that did not fit on the activities page, you want to plug it into the 650 additional word section of the additional information section of the writing page. Okay, that's below the essay. Make sure you say, yes, I want to share additional information, at which point the Common Apps writing page provides you 650 additional words to work with. So try to plug in your resume details that did not fit on the activities page into the additional information section of the writing page. If you have still more details that you want to share with Williams about your extracurricular exploits and accomplishments beyond what you can fit in the additional information section of the writing page, that's the point at which you want to email it to applicationmaterials@williams.edu and ask politely if they're willing to share that full-fledged PDF resume that you attach that email and put it into your application, your portfolio or file on the back end at Williams' office up in Williamstown, Massachusetts. All right? So sell yourself. If you're not going to market yourself, if you're not going to elaborate on your extracurricular achievements, no one else is going to do that for you. And don't feel like you have a glass ceiling on what you can share just because the activities page is so small. You have other spaces to provide more information at Williams. Of course, I wish Williams would actually allow, like a lot of other elite institutions do, a full-fledged resume upload PDF option on their supplement. Maybe they will in future cycles, but at least as of this filming in July 2023, they do not offer that, but who knows? Sometimes I've even seen colleges change what they allow on their application supplements in as late as October, and I could write a book about that happening another time, another place, but we're not going to get into that tangential thought right now. Tip number 4. I think we're up to 4 because we've talked about reading my article. We've talked about applying early decision if it's really your first choice. We've talked about selling yourself as well as you possibly can with your extracurricular resume implanted somewhere into that application or even through an email. Now we're going to talk about tip number 4, which is how to knock the supplemental essay out of the park for Williams. Williams gives you only 300 words, which is really a shame, I think. Only 300 words to respond to this prompt. As a residential learning community, Williams believes that some of the most important experiences happen while living and learning alongside those different from oneself. Please describe a time when you learned or grew through the process of interacting with someone whose background, identity, lived experience, or perspective differs from your own. So this is your opportunity to shortly, concisely, yet articulately share a time when you engage with someone different from you, and what did you learn from that experience? How can you portray growth in a 300-word short essay? The way you want to structure this essay is how I recommend structuring almost every essay on a selective college application, which is you want to have a sentence or two of an introduction. That's your intro paragraph, if you will. You don't have a full paragraph to work with here. You only have 300 words. So give it a sentence or two where that intro sentence or two introduces the essay and has a thesis statement. Then the second paragraph, which is going to be several sentences long, is where you're going to prove the thesis. You're going to actually have a body that shows the story that you're alluding to in the intro. And then in the conclusion, you're going to go a step beyond the thesis and not just restate the thesis, but actually say something new and thoughtful or thought-provoking for the reader so that they leave wanting more of you. Okay, so in response to this particular prompt, it doesn't have to be in a school setting. It could just be someone you've interacted with on the street or someone you met over the summer when working a particular job. Or maybe it's just your sibling who's extremely different than you and diametrically opposed to you in many ways, but you have to live together under one roof. So feel free not to necessarily talk about someone you learn within the actual school setting, because that is not a requirement of this particular short essay. However, you do want to draw a very clear distinction between either your value system and this person's value system, or your background and this person's background, and show how you were hopefully a bridge builder with this person, or learn something from their very distinct or differentiated background or perspective, differentiated, of course, from yours, as a result of engaging with respectfully, hopefully, that person or that individual. Again, you only have 300 words. I think it's a shame because this could be a 650-word essay. But again, if you structure it the right way, you will be in the best position to really squeeze out the 300 most important words from the story and include those in your final draft. Again, if you want more help really refining this very important short essay for Williams, which is your really only required additional supplemental writing for Williams beyond the Common App essay, please do contact me at collegemeister.com, and maybe you'll want to work with me one-on-one in order to ensure that you are giving it your best shot of getting into Williams. I will also say that below this video, as a gesture of kindness, I am going to include links to some past videos of mine here on College Meister's YouTube channel. All about the common application essay. Of course, Williams reads that in full as well. And so you want to make sure that you're doing your darndest to have the best common application essay. But that was not the topic of this video. This video is focused on closing the deal specifically at Williams. But to even get into the running of closing the deal at Williams, you want to have a strong common application essay. So below this video are some links to my past videos about the common application essay strategy, as well as writing it in particular, that will help you get closer to earning that coveted letter of admission from Williams College. Until next time, my name is Craig Meister. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Stay safe and stay well, and good luck as you apply to and hopefully get in to Williams College.